All right, let's have a look at a couple of lanterns here. And stick around, and I'll even show you how to save a whole bunch of money. So there will be no excuse when people say, I can't afford a Primus lantern. Trust me, you can. This is the Primus lantern. Okay? This thing I have used so much, it's unbelievable. Runs usually for nowadays around $100. You might be able to get it off their website for 70 or 80, but they're not cheap. This one is made by CAMPINGMOON, is what this one is. And you notice it's got a clear glass. This came in today. We're going to light this today. And it runs for about $35. Now, the Primus is 12.3 ounces. The CAMPINGMOON is 13.5 ounces. So this one's a little heavier. And it might be because of this chain, because they run a form of a wire system here. And that probably takes off a good amount of chain. The glass looks a little bigger on the CAMPINGMOON also. And I'm going to light them, and I'm going to have my son turn the lights off when I get to that point. And I want to see how bright they are compared to each other. Now, I love collecting stoves, lanterns. I'll even send you to another video where I show you a whole bunch of lanterns that I own. But this one's new going into my collection. Now, when I go tarp camping or tent camping, I like to have, a couple of lanterns. They're just nice to have around. Now, this will burn on the smaller ones, I think, for about 8 hours. So if you put them on these bigger ones, they'll burn for quite a long time. I mean, all night if you want, outside your tent. So if you take somebody with you that's kind of nervous with the dark, you could light one of these. And it does throw enough light when you climb out of your tent or your tarp to actually see what's going on around you. And you really don't need a flashlight. So they say the Primus lantern is 490 lumens. Okay. This one is, I think I wrote it down. Yeah, they say it's 80 watts, and they give something else. And when I did the calculation, it was 14 lumens. So I don't believe what's going on. This may not be brighter. But I'm going to find out, and we're going to test it. Now, these do take mantles. Now, this one comes with two. I forget how many this one came with. The Primus came with. But if I hold this up, okay, that's a pretty big mantle there. And this is I think it's a 51. Yeah. This is a Coleman 51, which you can see the difference in the size, right? Coleman's 51s are hard to find, or they're super expensive. I happened to find a guy on eBay selling them, and I think it was $30 for 12, where you get 2 in a package, so it's 24. I dropped $60 and I bought 48 of them, so I'm not going to run out anytime soon. But I think these are the cheaper ones on Amazon. I may buy a package of those too, just to try them out and see what happens. But you do need to buy mantles with it. You always want the big hole going down. You want the small hole coming up. Now, when it comes to Primus, okay, this just pops off. Okay, that's it. Now, on the sides, where the hanger is, you just squeeze them in. And they squeeze kind of up. And then the globe comes off. And now you're ready to put your mantle in. This one actually opens, which I thought was interesting. And then the globe comes out. Do I notice a difference here? I don't know. They feel pretty much the same thickness, so I'm not sure. Now, I'm going to put these mantles on, and I'll be right back with you. Now, let me first just say the CAMPINGMOON was a pain to get that mantle on, because you take the glass off, and then you got to put that mantle on inside that cage. Now, I don't know how great that is, but I think it's too big, to be honest with you. Where the 51 Coleman fits really nice, as you can see there. So maybe if I'd put the Coleman on this one, it would be better. But I want to kind of use these up and see how this goes. Now this will go in here. Then the top will snap down. Like so. But we are going to need to light them. So let's light them up and see what happens. As you can see, once you light these, you want to be very, very delicate with them because they can fall apart very easy. The Coleman one seems to burn a little better than this one does. And the CAMPINGMOON seems to be smoking a little bit more. Now, I left this in so you guys could see in real time what I'm going through here. So, I'm not fussy with the CAMPINGMOON mantles. Man, that's hot. All right, let's put this in. Okay. And then this one's going to go on. Remember, we squeeze the sides up on the premise. And then this just goes inside. So let's see about the Primus. It does have an automatic lighter. You've seen how easy that lit. This one shuts from the top. Clips on. Okay. This has also got a lighter. Oh, that thing was still burning. That's why it lit right away. Wow. All right, let's shut the lights off. Let's see how this looks. So that's not too bad, huh? So now I'll take this one. Do you think that one is as bright or not so bright? I think the Primus is brighter too. And the Camping Moon makes a lot more noise, is what it does. So that's interesting. So yeah. So Primus is brighter, isn't it? I don't think this is as many lumens as the Primus, although it's very well made. That's for sure. Turn the light on. Now, as you've seen, the Primus is brighter. We both noticed the difference. The Camping Moon is not as bright. Now, they say the Primus is 490 lumens, but they didn't give a lumens with the Camping Moon, okay? They gave some lux, 40 lux or something. So I did a conversion, and it said it was 14 lumens. That's probably right. This is less lumens than the Primus. That is kind of cool. And the Camping Moon weighs a little bit more. But the Camping Moon is $35. Now, both these come with their own cases, okay? The Primus comes with this case, and what I do with it, and you must wait for it to cool off, I took a little bubble wrap and I wrapped it around my Primus. And then I put it inside this case in this way, and I put my mantles in here. And this way, it doesn't rattle at all. The case for the Camping Moon, and you can buy it without the case or the case, comes with a clip on the side that opens, and it is rigid inside to hold it. But what I don't like about this is that door opening. Like, look where that door opens. I can see that failing in time. I really can. So I'm not too fussy about that. I think the Primus is much better. But they do come. You can buy the Camping Moon with a hard case. So that's pretty impressive. So between the Camping Moon and the Primus, Primus is better, guys. So Primus is brand new, run anywhere from 80 to 100. But how do you get a Primus cheaper? There is a website out there called Gear Trade, geartrade.com. Go there. I believe they have like 10 Primuses in stock right now, and they're like 50% off. You get it for $35. So by the time you buy it and get it out the door, and you can buy insurance, I didn't buy the insurance, and you can get it out the door, you're looking at about $40, and you can go get a Primus right now. Or you can buy the Camping Moon, and by the time you pay tax and everything, you're into about $40 too. So, and geartrade.com is used gear that they investigate, they check, and they put it on the website and they resell it. So they buy it off people and then they put it up there and resell it. Now, why they have so many of the Primus up there right now, I don't know. Okay. So if you're looking to save some money, and I did buy another one. So I've got another Primus coming in because it would be kind of cool to have two Primuses when I'm camping. But the Camping Moon is okay. I mean, it's nowhere near comparison to Primus. It really isn't. The knob on the Primus is much better. The Camping Moon knob is not so great. They do have a heavy duty chain, but again, that adds weight to it. Okay. Now, what I like to do with my Primus is I usually hang it in a tree not too far from my tent or my tarp. So if I climb out, I can actually see what I'm doing and where I'm going. If I had to choose, Primus is the best. And you can get them right now in Gear Trade. Now, if you watch this video a year later, I don't know if they'll have them. If you jump on it right now, no affiliate links here whatsoever. I'll put a Camping Moon affiliate link on Amazon. But you just go to Gear Trade and search for lantern. That's your better bet. But I don't regret buying it. I kind of collect these things. So will I take the Camping Moon camping with me? I don't know. I don't know. If I got two Primuses, why do I want to take the Camping Moon? You know, it's that type of thing. Um, but it's nice to have when the power goes out, or you can have little lanterns around the house. And like I said, they run for about 10 hours on regular fuel. So you put it on these bigger ones. I mean, you're probably going to get a couple days. That's if you want to run it for a long time. Normally, you only run it if you're sitting outside your camp, you know, for a couple hours and then you turn it off, is normally what you do. So there's a comparison between the Primus and the Camping Moon. I think I covered everything. It does. The Camping Moon comes in a box like this. None of it's English. The instructions do come in the booklet, and I think the mantles they're giving you real cheap mantles. I think they're the big ones on Amazon. Like if you look on Amazon, you can get mantles pretty cheap, and you'll see people in the comment section saying these are not 51 mantles. And as you've seen, the 51 was much easier to put on compared to this mantle. So you're going to fuss with it a little bit. But 51 mantles are more expensive and hard to find, and those cheap China ones are quite easy to find. So, and I'm always buying mantles for my lanterns. I have extra mantles for every lantern I own. And I'll put a link to that video where you can check out the other lanterns I have. And but go to geartrade.com if you're seeing this video right now and go get yourself a used Primus for like 40, 45 bucks. You're not going to get it cheaper anywhere else. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.